original.
Hello, and welcome to Web Crawlers mini episodes. We are pushing them out Monday through Friday. Oh my God, I just realized that this is kind of applicable.
What?
Okay, so we're doing our episode today on lottery curses, and I just got some devastating news that I didn't... that I entered a few contests since quarantine started, and I just found out, shockingly, through an email that I didn't win the contest.
Now, where do you enter the, contests.com?
No, have you ever heard of Omaze?
No.
Oh, right.
I entered Omaze. It's omaze.com. This is not an advertisement, although it seems like it is. But they have all these contests. You could win cars or different travel vacations, although that's not really going to work right now. And also you can meet celebrities. Here's enjoy coffee with David Lynch and be drawn by him over video chat.
What?
What a weird...
I'd be so embarrassed to be I won this contest and now you have to hang
Me
out
too.
with me. That's so embarrassing.
It sounds horrible.
I know.
Play Dungeons and Dragons with Joe Manganiello.
Who's that?
Who?
Manganiello.
He's the hot guy. He played the werewolf on True Blood.
Oh, but your favorite show.
But anyways, so literally my favorite show until season 4. So I entered a contest to win $100,000, and then I also entered a contest to win a vintage Porsche with a Tesla motor.
What?
And $20,000 on top of it, and I didn't win either of them.
Do you just enter your email address?
No, I also paid money.
What? Wait.
No, Allie,
that's
what
a
are you
pyramid
talking about?
scheme.
Okay, no, so you can also you can enter the contest for free, or it says to increase your chances, you can also pay $20 or $100. The money goes to charity though, so that's why I'm I don't feel bad.
It goes to charity though.
How many charity dollars did you spend?
I'm not gonna lie, I spent a lot of charity dollars. I probably spent 100 charity dollars entering contests.
Okay, I mean, as long as it's going to charity, that's
what charity?
Is it a real charity?
I know, honestly, who knows? Let's actually really look. The thing that makes me sad is I really thought in my gut that I was going to. Okay, here's where you can donate to support COVID-19. It goes to COVID stuff. It goes to Feeding America, Direct Relief, No Kid Hungry, International Medical Corps, and something called Team Rubicon, which I don't know what that is. Oh my God! Wow, this is a cool one. Win a year's worth of La Croix for you and a friend.
Oh, I'm in. I drink a lot of LaCroix. I drink 6 cans of LaCroix a day. It's a problem.
I think my parents already support that. Yeah, I do too.
Is that bad? I drink pamplemousse. I drink at least 4 a day.
I drink the coconut one.
Oh, right.
Cheers.
You drink the coconut one because you're an insane person.
Yeah. Cheers. Zoom cheers.
Oh, wait, I've got my iced coffee.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow, look at us.
Cling, cling, cling. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, boys. So anyways.
Boys. Hey, boys.
Me and the boys. So anyways, I didn't win any of those contests, so I'm a little emotionally devastated. I'm glad we're doing this episode today because I'm going to learn all about lottery curses. I guess winning the lotteries actually might have ruined my life. So
yeah, you're spared.
I've been saved by the Sky Daddy. Melissa, tell me a little bit about lottery curses.
Well, did you know that it's more likely you'll get struck by lightning than win the lottery?
Oh, that's fucked up. That now you're just drilling it in.
Well, that's without charity dollars.
That's true.
But if you win, there is a very likely chance that you'll go broke because nearly 70% of lottery winners go broke within 7 years.
Weird.
And several winners have died tragically or have had horrible things happen to them and their family members.
Oof.
So the first one we're going to talk about is a guy named Abraham Shakespeare.
Was he related to William Shakespeare? We're all wondering.
I don't know. Probably.
I'm going to Google how common is this surname Shakespeare?
So he's a 39-year-old truck driver's assistant from Florida. I don't know
What does that even
I don't
mean?
even know what that means.
Just someone that sits in the passenger seat.
Oh.
Wow, the last name Shakespeare is only 1 in 886, 621 people.
Okay. So it's
Wow, that guy had more chances of having the name Shakespeare than winning the lottery.
That's crazy.
So he won
Or the other
$30 million in 2006. And he chose a lump sum of $17 million.
I would always go lump
Yeah,
sum.
me too. Because what if you die?
Yeah, always
Does
go
that
lump
does the
sum.
money go to your family or does it just stop? Because that would suck if you just like won the lottery and you died the next day.
Oh, yeah, that's...
You won the lottery
lottery.
and he died.
And he
the
died
next
the
day.
next day. It's a
Oh.
black fly.
And you're
George
Singing.
It's a death
Death
row
row
pardon.
Pardon.
2 minutes.
2 minutes
Too
too
late. Oh, you
late.
never should have had me get a mic.
Isn't
Isn't it
it?
ironic?
Don't you think?
Don't you
Don't
think?
you think?
A little too ironic. Okay, but then
Yeah,
I
I
really
really
do
do
think-
think.
his coworker
It's a
And- taking him to court because he said Abraham stole the lottery tickets out of his wallet. But
Ooh.
Abraham said he gave his friend $2 to go and buy him the ticket. And so the jury ended up believing Abraham.
This is like a story from the Bible.
Yes, exactly. So he quit his job. He bought $1 million house, a Nissan Altima, and a Rolex.
Must be nice.
That's the trifecta of winning the lottery: a Nissan Altima,
Yeah.
a Rolex, and a house. But then his family members and his friends and all these strangers constantly harassed him for money. And then a woman befriended him. Her name is Doris Dee Moore, and tricked him into believing she was trying to protect him from the greedy people around him. They ended up starting a business, and she convinced Abraham to transfer his money into her account so she could have control of it.
Oh, Dee Dee.
And then Dee Dee bought a Hummer, a Corvette, and a truck, and she went on vacation.
Yes, girl, get yours.
And then in November 2009, 3 years after he won it, his family reported him missing. They said they hadn't seen him since April, and they assumed he was just living in the Caribbean or something. But the police got a tip that led them to Dee Dee's backyard, where they found his body buried underneath a concrete slab.
Oh boy.
So after she killed him in April, she was texting with his family and his friends, pretending to be him. And the family
my
thought it was
God.
suspicious because Abraham was illiterate. They're like, huh,
There you go.
interesting.
There you
I don't-
go.
But then they found out that Dee Dee was also a crazy bitch. She had once staged a scene to keep a vehicle that was being repossessed after she missed the payments. So she had someone store the car in a garage and then pretended that she was kidnapped, sexually assaulted, and carjacked. She even taped her own
my
wrists
God.
together and she threw herself in front of someone's car. So she was like a big con
Wow.
person. She ended up was charged with first-degree murder and she got life in prison.
She looks pretty crazy. I just
Whoa.
Google imaged her and she looks
She's crazy.
pretty nuts.
She's a crazy bitch.
Also, like, how she starts off brunette and then all of a sudden she becomes platinum blonde. How do people get hair dye in prison? Can you buy it from the commissary?
I'm sure that's something you could buy. It's just like bleach.
Interesting. Yeah, they must buy bleach, but that would be scary
If we
because
have
you
any
can.
prisoner listeners, we would love to.
Yeah, can you get
learn.
hair
Yeah,
dye
I would
in
actually like
prison?
to. I'd be interested. I am interested, just in case I end up there.
Do you think you'd do well in prison, Allie?
Yes and no.
I think I agree.
I think you would
That's my answer, too,
thrive
for you.
socially.
Yeah, I do too.
And mentally, you disintegrate.
You would be
Yeah.
you would die. You'd be slowly dying inside, but you would I think you would make a lot of friends.
For the outside, I'd look okay.
Yeah.
Inside, slowly mentally deteriorating.
yeah, I think that's how
Yeah.
it would go.
I'd go from jail to psych ward.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's another guy named David Lee Edwards. He is a former drug addict and felon. He won
Hot.
$27 million in 2001 while unemployed in Florida. So he basically he won the jackpot.
He won the jackpot.
He quickly blew through the money by purchasing a $1.6 million house in Palm Beach Gardens, 3 race horses,
That's so weird.
a fiber optics company,
I don't even know what that
a
is.
Lear jet, a limo business, and a $200,000 Lamborghini Diablo. And then he and his wife got back into drugs. They were arrested numerous times for possession of crack and heroin. They both got hepatitis. He spent all his money within 5 years and was living in a storage unit full of human feces.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
He died in 2013.
Oh, my God.
And a guy named Jeffrey Dampier, he won $20 million in the Illinois lottery. He was shot and killed by his sister-in-law, like the next day.
Not a good sister-in-law.
So Aruj Khan, he won $1 million in 2012, but died the next day.
It's like a black fly in your Chardonnay.
A death row pardon.
2 minutes to...
He was poisoned with cyanide.
Ooh.
And both his sister-in-law and her father were suspected to be involved in his death, but no one was ever charged. And so his winnings were divided between his daughter and his widow.
Oy vey. Then there's William Bud Post. He won $16.2 million and within 2 weeks spent it on a restaurant and an airplane.
No.
What?
2 weeks.
That's crazy. After 1 year, he was in debt of $1 million. He declared bankruptcy, but before that, his brother was arrested for hiring a hitman to kill him. That's a bad 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Then there's Jack Whitaker. He was already worth around $17 million when he won a $315 million multi-state Powerball jackpot in 202. Oh my God, in 2002. In the year 202. In the Lord's year 202. He used most of his winnings for good, like building churches and donating 10% to Christian charities.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably pro-life and
Yeah.
hate gay people, but sure. But he was arrested for drunk driving and threatening a bartender. Okay. A woman also sued him for groping her at a racetrack. All these people are like racetrack people for sure.
Yeah.
On 2 separate occasions, thieves robbed him, once outside of a strip club for $500,000 and another for $200,000. So he like had this cash on him. That's stupid. He and his wife divorced after he became an alcoholic. After supplying his 17-year-old granddaughter with a weekly allowance of $2,100, she died of a drug overdose. Ooh, bummer. As did her boyfriend. And Whitaker's daughter later died of unknown causes. Both Whitaker and his wife said they wished he had torn that ticket up.
God. You can't give a 17-year-old $2,000 a week. What are you
You
doing?
can't give me $2,000 a week.
Yeah, you'd be dead in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'd be dead in a pile, suffocating under a pile of clothing in La Croix. Evelyn Adams. She won the lottery twice in 1985 and 1986. Whoa, back to back?
Why are you still playing the lottery if you won?
If you win. I know.
Because I'd have that rush.
I guess.
No, you won. Your time is up.
The
You did it.
chances of you winning the lottery twice?
Well, she's won twice. I've won
know.
0 times. So
I
it seems
know.
like they're better than me. First for $3.9 million, then for $1.4 million. She ended up losing it all in Atlantic City and moved into a trailer.
She bet it all.
She bet it all. Then there's Deborah McDonald. She won $10,000 in 2010. That's not too much. Was run over and killed after leaving a bar where she was celebrating.
She won the
lottery. And she
Died
died the
next
next day.
Wow.
It's like a black
It's like
fly.
10,000 spoons.
Spoons when all you need.
But all you need is a knife.
It's meeting
It's
the man
like
of my dreams. And then meeting
and then meeting his beautiful wife.
None of these things are ironic, you know? It's just shitty
Yes,
things.
we know.
It's just shitty.
We
Okay.
know.
Don't you think?
Let Alanis be.
I'm an
For
Alanis
God's sake.
stan. I stan Alanis.
Atlantistan.
Atlantistantis. So there was Marty and Kay Tot.
Oh, Marty.
They lost
Tot.
their lottery ticket.
Oh, shit. What happens when that happens?
Well, there was a 7-week investigation by the UK's National Lottery, and they convinced officials that their claim to the winning ticket was legitimate. But since there's a 30-day time limit on reporting lost tickets, the company was not required to pay. And the jackpot became the largest unclaimed amount since the lottery began in 1994. But they played the same numbers every single week.
Right.
So they knew it was that they had won. They just couldn't find the ticket. And
I'd be infuriated.
Yeah.
We got to call that guy who says that if we pay him $500 at some point, he would help us win the lottery.
Yeah.
And then this guy, Marty, I read that he was obsessed with this. He was so angry that he lost his lottery.
It probably
ticket.
haunted him.
Yeah, haunted him, and he went down a bad path, and he almost joined this cult. Something that
we got to do another mini episode on Marty.
Yeah, I read that briefly, but it was this cult North Carolina he moved to. It was crazy.
Oh my God.
It was crazy.
Can I interject real quick?
Yes.
I just made an amazing drink.
What is it?
Let me tell you what's in it. Coconut liqueur. It's going to sound bad, but it tastes great. And then I have pineapple ginger juice.
Ooh.
So it's coconut liqueur, pineapple ginger juice, and then apple cider vinegar.
Wow.
It sounds like it has a kick.
Bouquet.
It has a kick to
bouquet of flavor.
It is.
Did you
It's
just
a
make
flavor
that
bomb.
up yourself, or did you read that on?
Yeah. Well, no,
blog?
I had some pineapple ginger juice, and I was like, it's a little too sweet. I don't want to put all that in there.
Sipping
and then
on ginger juice.
Laid back.
With my mind on my money and my money
and my money on my mind. Lottery. And so then I had half a Bragg's apple cider vinegar drink. So then I poured that into it and I go, ooh, it's a nice flavor combo. So then I was drinking some of that. And then I was noticing my drink was getting a little empty. And so I thought, I wonder what will happen if I put some coconut liqueur in there. And I did. And it's a really delicious flavor.
You got to
profile.
trademark that.
I do. I actually just put in a trademark for something else.
Wait, did you really? Wait, what?
I'm nervous as to what it was, to be honest.
I don't know if I want to know.
I don't even want to know.
I'm just going to leave it at that. And I'll just say trademarking stuff is a curious business.
I don't want to trademark
What
something.
did you trademark? Please
Your name?
tell us.
I trademarked
What if it was alley time? It was the term alley time.
It's alley time.
It's alley time.
I got to pay you $5 every time I say that.
It's not cool or funny. I trademarked the phrase confidence classroom. It's not trademarked yet.
For your
good.
website. That makes sense.
It's alley time.
And also it's alley. And also it's alley time. I'm going to use it. I'm going to become like Tony Robbins. And I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, it's alley time.
LeBron James tried to trademark Taco Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
What? Are you serious? Well, Kylie Jenner trademarked Rise and Shine.
What?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me your lottery tickets were that you lost it?
Oh,
I
no,
wanna hear
Craig.
Okay, we got Craig on the
We got
pod.
Craig on the horn.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a bit of a headache, so I'll be appearing off camera.
Oh,
today.
no. You need a headache pad.
Yeah.
Well, this story is really horrible.
Oh, no.
So, my mom was quite a drinker when I was young.
Sick.
And I used to go with her to the liquor store, and I think I was probably, boy, you could look it up. I think I was probably 12. I went to the liquor store and I asked her for a couple of these scratch-off lottery tickets. Back then, boy, all my stories are like how things used to be. Huh? Anyway, back then, they had like this area where it said "Do not remove," void if removed. Now they have it, where it's they're all computerized, so there's no area where you can't rub off. They used to have scratch tickets where there was.
I remember that. I remember that.
Void if removed. So anyway, I scratch off this ticket, and it was like a 3 of a kind. You had to match 3 of a kind. I scratch it off. I only had 2. Forgot all about it. Dropped it between my mom's car seat. My brother's cleaning the car out like 4 or 5 months later. Finds the ticket. The do not scratch off thing has rubbed off from the friction of the carpet. It has 2 aces and a joker. I didn't understand the concept of joker being wild.
Oh, the joker's wild.
Yeah, it was the top prize. You're not even going to believe this. It was the top prize for that scratch-off ticket, and it was a $100,000 winning ticket.
No.
Yes, and I haven't done this, but this is good research for you guys. I believe it was 1987. If you look up unclaimed lottery tickets in Illinois, it is listed as an unclaimed prize in 1987 because they had proof that they sold the ticket.
No.
And $100,000 in 87 money is
oh my
God.
$300,000
a day.
Holy shit.
My brother, he was like, "Oh, I'm going to get a car and everything." I'm like, "Yeah, we got to get a Porsche. A turbo Porsche is $90,000." Like I was like, we got to get a 911 turbo Porsche. Like I thought we were going to live in our shitty house with a 911 Porsche turbo. Yeah, they tried to do it and they said no. They said, it's been rubbed off.
Wait, just because the thing was scratched off?
Well, just because that was the way that they could assure it wasn't fraud back then.
Holy.
A couple more crazy stories if you're talking about lottery. This is
yes.
crazy. There was a case where I'm not sure if it was Illinois, but you can look this up too. There was a woman who played the same numbers for like 20 years, just always played, and then for what? I mean, it sounds crazy again. Whatever it was that week, she couldn't play because she was sick or whatever.
Oh, no.
And of course, her numbers came in. Now, here's the crazy part. Everyone, like this story was like said in the news, and everyone was like, "Oh, give her the prize, give her the prize." And the lottery gave her the prize.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Honestly, good. God is real.
That's amazing.
They should have.
Yeah.
I was about to get really upset. Good. That makes me really happy.
They were like,
wow.
They were like, "We'll never do this again." But like, it was known that I think she had like stacks of that same number, and everyone felt so terrible about it. They were like, "Give it to her," and then
how much was it?
Oh, it was the jackpot. It was it was millions of dollars. It was
wow.
Oh my
I got a couple lottery stories. And, in the town I grew up in.
You guys, he came in here like being like, "I can't talk, my head hurts."
What are you guys talking about? Oh, I don't know.
What is it?
Yeah.
On fire.
All right. Well, the town I grew up in Illinois, northern suburbs of Chicago, right near the Wisconsin border, town called Mundelein. Population only like 14,000 people. About 6 doors down from me, a guy won the jackpot. And Illinois is a big state. So for that, it's like, it was 6. And honestly, it's actually ruined my life because ever since I play like on, whenever I'm at like a gas station, I'm like, all right, I'll get a couple because I actually saw it happen. And when you see
I
it,
don't think it's feasible.
I was 16 when that happened, and the guy who won, I think he was 22, and he brought 16, 17. He bought his younger brother at the time. It must have been 93 because I think that was the first year of the GMC Typhoon, which is a really cool car. He brought his brother a GMC Typhoon SUV. It was like this fast, it was weird car anyway, but it was, so he had that and he would show up at parties and it was always like, motherfuck. Like this. Yeah, and he just packed up his stuff and moved to another town. But his brother stayed in the school and had that really, really cool brand new, back at the time it was like a $30,000 car, which is a lot, Yeah. Oh, and also back then as well, you didn't have a choice of annuity or lump sum. You had to take annuity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was only until maybe 10 or so years ago where they switched to that. It used to be okay, you won, you get it paid out over 20 years.
Oh.
And I remember,
Ooh.
I'm almost positive that the guy who won that was he was right on my street. He won $13 million, and that was
Wow.
that was 1990s money. But so he got that until 93. So 2013, he was getting, however much. A lot of these guys, the reason they go broke is because they're like, oh, I got this money. And then you see those commercials about, hey, we'll pay you out your lottery winnings and you give us the annuity. You've seen those commercials?
Oh,
J.G.
yeah.
Wentworth, like those
Yes.
things.
Yes.
What they'll do is, oh, you won 13 million over 20 years. We'll give you 8 million right now. We get it and then, people are like, oh shit, yeah, I'll take that. So that's what these guys do is they have a whole business of paying out, 25, 30% less and then taking the difference.
Oh, that makes
That's
sense.
that's actually
Wow.
that's a quite a big deal. They do that a lot. Last thing. Well, I just remembered. I believe this is in North Chicago, which is not the north side of Chicago. North Chicago is actually a northern suburb. It's where the Great Lakes Naval Base is.
Yep.
So it's actually a whole different, it's like 40 miles from Chicago. Anyway, there was this, it's like a gas station truck stop thing. I forgot which road it was on, but they had sold, it's got to be one of the most prolific, I guess, winning lottery ticket sales places in the world. They sold 7 winning tickets from this location. And the big thing was it was like a kind of like a truck stop kind of place. And they had a strip club. And everyone was like, oh, the owner of the place made a deal with the devil. And it's like, it was like a strip club. And then they had like porno videos. Like, it was like, that's why this guy's winning.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys know this,
God.
but the vendor of a winning ticket gets 10% of the purse.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, Allie's looking up
How do I? Yeah.
So this
How do
guy.
you start a gas station?
Anyway,
It's alley time.
so this guy was a multimillionaire just from that, and because that they had, it kind of serves itself because they had so many winnings. People would go to that location thinking, well, that's where you got to buy your. So then, then you sell more tickets, and then your odds of selling the winning ticket goes up. So, this guy was the owner. This place was like a really disgusting, old gas station and like seedy strip joint. You can picture a strip joint that was connected to a gas station.
That is really
it was
bad.
And yeah, right on. It was like 5 minutes from the Wisconsin border, like just the grossest, that. And then, boy, I thought I had one more.
Those are
really?
great
You got the
stories.
headache.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Craig. Those are
Craig.
great stories. Bye.
Bye. That was
I know.
amazing.
A wealth of knowledge, huh?
I just looked
Always.
up unclaimed lottery tickets.
No, I know. What did you say?
Did you just say that story's true?
Yeah.
I was looking up unclaimed lottery Illinois, and there's lists of $1 million, $200,000 just from like this year alone. 150,000, 1.3 million, 600,000, 400,000, 350,000, 1.2 million. Just all these tickets that
Oh
are
my
unclaimed
God.
that people have them and they have no idea.
I can't.
I
with
wonder
that.
if I've won the lottery and just don't know.
It's possible. Wait, what?
Maybe.
Why do you have another Zoom account logging into? Wait, what happened?
Ew.
Why is there 2 of you?
Ew. What is this?
What is happening?
Allie, what is this?
Why is there 2 of
Gross.
you?
Allie, that was seriously
That was
sick.
scary. It's like you're talking to her, but then like Allie wants to join the Zoom. I was like, what?
And then first Allie was just sitting there like a real doll.
I accidentally.
That was
I-
weird.
I accidentally logged out of the Zoom, And then I realized it. And then so it's just going to be like 20 seconds of me and GarageBand just hysterically laughing. And then me logging back onto the Zoom. I forgot that I was on Zoom. Like, I forgot that's what we were doing. I was like closing tabs, and then I was like, I don't need Zoom. I like was forced. I went to like
Zoom,
Apple force quit. Yeah, I was like, I don't need notes open. I don't need pages. iTunes, I don't need. So then I quit Zoom, forgetting that we were on it all the while. Oh, what a laugh. Sometimes laughing really just...
It's nice to laugh.
It's the best medicine, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's what Dr. Fauci says.
Yep.
Does he?
Yeah, he says
He said that?
Laughter's the best medicine. And then he walked off stage.
Okay, this woman... She won $5 million in 1991, but she didn't tell her husband how she decided to spend it. So her husband found out that she gave $2 million to a secret child she had with another man.
How do you have a secret child with another man?
I'm wondering if it's like before her marriage.
It had to have been because he would have noticed if she was pregnant.
He ended up poisoning her with painkillers.
Oh my God.
He was convicted on manslaughter charges. And then there's Kelly Rogers. She won $3 million at age 16, which is she spent millions on vacations, clothing, cars, breast implants, and more than $300,000 on cocaine.
Honestly, good for her.
And then she was broke.
Way to go, Callie. That is crazy. You should not. There should be a rule being like, if you're 16 and win the lottery, you need to wait.
That's crazy.
Oh wow, there's pictures of her.
Yeah, she did an interview recently.
Wow, she does have huge honkers. Wow, she has a throat tattoo.
What?
Yeah, she has a throat tattoo of like a fairy, or like it looks like a bumblebee fairy, or
Oh God, what the hell?
it's like a moth fairy thing.
I pretended to win the lottery back in 2012.
I beg your pardon?
What do you mean you pretended?
Back in 2012, I played the power. I was in New York. It was like whatever lottery was there. And I took a picture of my lottery ticket in my hand and I photoshopped the correct winning numbers like right after it was announced.
Oh my God.
And I'm like pretty good at Photoshop. So I was like taking like tiny pixels and like moving them over. And I tweeted, I'm like, holy shit, I think I just won the lottery. Not thinking anyone was going to take it seriously. And I went viral on Twitter. People were retweeting it. They're like, holy shit, this girl won the lottery. I was getting calls from news stations.
Oh my God.
Like,
what did you
listen,
say?
You won the lottery. Come into Good Morning America in the morning. Come and want to do an interview.
Oh my God, it's that easy.
And then I was getting like death threats on Twitter. It was
Saying what?
people are
What were they
like, fuck
saying?
you, bitch. You don't deserve this money. I'm going to find you and kill you and steal it. Like so many people I was scared for my life because people are like, I'm going to come rob you, bitch. I'm going to come kill you. And fuck you, don't deserve this. And fuck you, and you're a
Yeah, but they had a point.
I know, right?
It's correct.
Yeah.
How did it resolve itself?
I mean, I had voicemails. I'm sure I have them saved somewhere. I don't know where the hell they are, but like from Good Morning America or someone from like the Ellen show called or something.
Damn.
It was like crazy. It was like, come do an interview. We want to talk to you. And I didn't reply to any of them. I just didn't reply. And then
So did you ever tweet that you were just kidding?
I think I did eventually because I was like afraid for my life.
Right.
Because
my
people
God,
were like, oh,
Melissa.
you live in New York? Oh, here, let me find your address and let me find this. And
That's crazy.
it was
Jesus
And
Christ.
I've deleted all my tweets before like 2014. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still up there, but
How do you do that?
delete all your tweets.
Yeah.
There's like some apps that do that. You just put in like what year you want to, because instead of going through them, I'm sure I've said something that'll be in the
Yeah.
news. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete everything. But I think there's an article up still.
Well, that's wild.
That's so wild.
That is crazy.
So if anyone has like a crazy lottery story, or if anyone has like won a sum of money, or if anyone wants to like give us money, Melissa, where can people reach us?
You can send us an email at webcrawlerspod@gmail.com, or you can send us money on Twitter and Instagram and Reddit and Facebook.
Or join our Patreon.
Join our Patreon.
Right after this, we're gonna record a quick Patreon video/audio where I'm gonna ask Melissa and Maria some really important questions.
Oh,
You're gonna want to know the answers to.
Can't
So
wait.
buckle up. Anyways, I'm Allie Siegel.
I'm Melissa Stetton.
And I'm producer Maria.
Bye.
An Erios original.
Powered by Acast.